I'm at that stage just 9 weeks away from our trip that I call the messy middle, where mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm already on my trip. But physically, I'm still at home where life is lifing. I'm navigating the chaos of finalizing our itinerary, trying to survive in this crazy, ridiculous economy, and trying to humble myself so I can finish out the last few weeks of my work contract with a bang. To make the time pass faster, and also because I don't think my FUPA is a part of the luggage requirements for our flight, I've really honed in on my nutrition and getting back in the gym. But between my 5 a.m. workouts, meal prepping, working, picking up baby girl from school, spending time and being an intentional mom, all of my appointments, and still trying to have time for myself, I am absolutely ready to be out of here. So here's my pre-Asia planning update. When I go on these type of trips, I don't like to book everything up front because I like to arrive and gauge the vibe. I do, however, have things sitting in my Amazon cart waiting to be purchased. I've compiled my list of must-dos in each country. I've scoped out flights and transportation between each destination. I've made a list of possible accommodations in each country we go to. And I started sorting through baby girl's summer clothes from last year to see what still fits her and what I need to buy. The most tedious part about this type of trip, without a doubt, is the planning. The goal is to get the most bang for my buck while being cost effective with a little dash of luxury. From experience, the best way to plan these trips is by buying one-way tickets, being flexible, and being open to figuring out some things along the way. One of the best parts of this adventure is not knowing everything and being moved based on the vibe on where you go next. I usually just book my one-way ticket to get to that side of the world and my ticket leaving the first country, plus the accommodations for the first country, and I do the rest as I go. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But I've learned from experience that flexibility is actually the best policy. From past experience, I've underestimated how much I'd like a particular place, then I'm kicking myself because I didn't account for enough days and there's so much more to explore, or I meet cool people and they might have a cool activity that they invite me to that I want to join. I've also had the opposite, where I've overestimated how many days I wanted to spend in a particular place. This actually happened to me the last time I went to Bali and took someone's advice who told me that I should go over to one of the islands. I had accounted for 5 whole days there and was bored out of my mind. And before I knew it, I was back on a ferry heading all the way back to Ubud to spend the rest of my time. So, lesson of the day? Be flexible. Side note, preparing for this trip reminded me of how much vlogging equipment I've had this whole time. I haven't seen half of this stuff since my last big trip when I went to Africa. So I had to start organizing it, figuring out if I needed new batteries, new cords, what plugged into what did what. After all, backpacking Asia solo with a toddler is going to be one crazy adventure. And I want to make sure that I'm fully prepared with all the gear I need.